Part 3. The War Begins. The invasion of the strongest warriors. The universe was at a breaking point. Cooler, Darkseid, and Doomsday had waited long enough. The hybrid warriors were growing too strong, and if they were left unchecked, they would become unstoppable. With their armies prepared, the villains launched a full-scale invasion across multiple planets, seeking to wipe out the Saiyans, Kryptonians, and Viltrumites before they could fully ascend. The invasion begins. A war across the stars. Cooler's empire strikes. First Cooler had spent years in the shadows, building an army far beyond what Frieza ever had. His new elite 5 generals, each as strong as Super Saiyan 4, led the charge. His forces launched a surprise attack on planet Vegeta, where Saiyan warriors had been rebuilding and training. Bardock, King Vegeta, and Raditz led the resistance. Broly, the strongest Saiyan alive, single-handedly held off entire fleets. Cooler, now wielding a form beyond Golden Frieza, personally descended onto the battlefield. Abilities and weaknesses. Cooler's new transformation grants him infinite stamina and near immunity to Kai-based attacks. His only weakness is extreme physical exhaustion from prolonged battles. Broly's sheer rage and limitless power make him unstoppable, but his lack of control could become a liability. Bardock's precognition allows him to predict enemy attacks, but he is still physically weaker than Broly and Vegeta. Darkseid attacks the Kryptonians. While Cooler assaulted the Saiyans, Darkseid turned his attention to the last of the Kryptonians. Superman, Zod, Supergirl, and the remaining Kryptonians had relocated to a planet orbiting a colossal yellow sun, making them stronger than ever. However, this did not go unnoticed. Darkseid's parademons invaded, launching an attack on the House of El and their new world. Superman and Zod, now the strongest Kryptonians, stood together for the first time in ages. Supergirl, stronger than before, led the defense of their new home. Doomsday, an even deadlier version of himself, was unleashed upon the Kryptonians, evolving with every punch. Abilities and weaknesses. Darkseid's Omega beams can now erase entire beings from existence. He is only vulnerable to warriors of extreme divine energy or immense physical power. Superman and Zod's sun-enhanced strength makes them nearly invincible, but the longer they stay on the battlefield, the more Doomsday adapts to their attacks. Doomsday's evolution makes him a near unstoppable force, but if he is sent to a dimension outside of time, he can be contained. Thrag and the Viltrumite Saiyan hybrids. With the Saiyans and Kryptonians occupied, Thrag moved in to reclaim his lost dominance. The Viltrumites, once feared across the galaxy, were now outmatched by Saiyan's limitless potential and Kryptonians' newfound strength. To counter this, Thrag resorted to genetic experiments, using Saiyan DNA to create a new hybrid army. Thrag himself injected his body with Saiyan blood, unlocking new levels of power. His hybrid army, infused with Saiyan and Viltrumite genes, possessed the battle instincts of a Viltrumite and the limitless growth of a Saiyan. Omni-Man, now wiser and stronger, saw Thrag's desperation and began preparing his own children to join the war. Abilities and weaknesses. Thrag's new strength allows him to reach power levels close to Ultra Instinct Goku. However, the Saiyan DNA in his body is unstable, and his transformations put immense strain on him. Viltrumite Saiyan hybrids grow stronger through battle at a ridiculous rate, but many of them lack control over their full power. Omni-Man, though strong, realizes his old ways may not be enough. His greatest power lies in the new generation he is raising. The war for the universe has begun. Across different worlds, the strongest warriors of all time clashed. The universe had never seen a war of this scale. Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and Bardock fought to protect the Saiyan race from Cooler's invasion. Superman, Zod, and the Kryptonians faced Darkseid and Doomsday in a battle for survival. Thrag's hybrid army sought to reclaim their dominance, while Omni-Man prepared for the future. The universe was on fire, and only the strongest would survive. Would the Saiyans, Kryptonians, and Viltrumites unite to stop their enemies, or would the war consume them all?